Okay, we have an addendum here, a little short adding here. We have a couple of minutes left. Let's go ahead and listen to the rest of this chapter, and and then I'm going to have a few words to say.
And whosoever doth not bear his cross and come after me cannot be my disciple. For which of you intending to build a tower sitteth not down first, and counteth the cost, whether he have sufficient to finish it? Lest haply, after he hath laid the foundation, and is not able to finish it, all that behold it begin to mock him, saying, This man began to build, and was not able to finish. Or what king going to make war against another king sitteth not down first, and consulteth whether he be able with 10,000 men to meet him that cometh against him with 20,000? Or else, while the other is yet a great way off, he sendeth an ambassage, and desireth conditions of peace. So likewise, whosoever he be of you that forsaketh not all that he hath, he cannot be my disciple. Salt is good, but if the salt have lost his savour, wherewith shall it be seasoned? It is neither fit for the land, nor yet for the dunghill, but men cast it out. He that hath ears to hear, let him hear.
So the master is once again getting a little complicated here. And it takes time to go through all these different concepts he's introducing. It's basically humiliation, and that's the bottom line. Is you went and sought a lower table. So you went and sought a lower table, and that's what you're supposed to do, because that's the new mind you have. That's what a born-again mind is. A new wine for new wineskins. Wineskins, or soldiers who can be used of God, must put on a soldier mind. Otherwise, you're not going to be used, and you're not a true servant. So the development of a low-minded individual is the key over and over again here. It's over and over, and every now and then the Lord will throw in mercy, being caring and being merciful and forgiving. Then the Lord will throw in purity and holiness. Then He'll throw in growing in purity and growing in these areas. Then He'll throw in things like he'll throw in things like, who am I? I'm Almighty God in a human body, but I'm also a human body, and this human body has certain attributes and certain things that it must face, that other humans must face. And that's what makes Christianity a little complicated, because you must isolate all of these things. But once you learn how to do it, you enter into becoming an intermediate Christian-minded C-grade student. Okay? It's not that difficult. You just have to memorize a few things, and you're in. You're in. Okay? It's not like trying to be a world chess champion and know 20 moves in advance. I was just looking at the chess champion who looked at 20 moves in advance. Okay, or trying to listen to Mozart and figure out how many harmonies he has at one time. And we're here to do very simple, basic things here. And if you listen along, you'll get this. Because I have a category for everything. So everything should be smooth for you. Because this is another one of those complicated chapters where the master bounces around in subjects. And the last subject he mentioned in 14 was, you who have an ear to hear, you need to listen. Because if you got started on this journey and you don't keep your humility, you don't keep your love of the brethren, your forgiveness, your compassion, your purity, then you are going to be salt that's no longer needed. Salt is good. Human beings that are on task, mature Christians, are good people. They're profitable for God. He can use them. He can love them, and He can bring them to heaven. But if you lose your devotion to all of these aspects of Christianity, then you're going to be tossed. And it's the same references if you start building a house and you don't finish the house. It's all about finishing here. So the point is that when I tell you 19 in this ministry is people are basically born twice, the Master's telling you the same thing I teach you here also. I'm not telling you anything different than the Master here. That's why I call it born twice. The Master's talking about right now, you need to focus on both of your births, or basically both of your periods of Christianity. And he's talking about the second half big time here. But he also refers to your first half. because you were salt when you repented, meaning you were humble. Humble means salt. Salt means you're valuable. You're a positive influence in the world. You are loving and caring, and you're honest, and you're pure, and you're valuable to God, and you're valuable to the world. The world needs you. But if you lose your work ethic, if you lose your devotion to purity, if you lose your devotion to getting saved, then it's not good. You're going to be discarded. Now he's been talking about going to heaven, to the great supper with all the Christians in the sky. Now he's getting into how you get there. How do you get there? Well, obviously the end of the chapter focuses on how you get there pertaining to the second half, or your endurance into what you're supposed to be, which is salt, which is you're powerful, you clean the area, you teach purity. Obviously, you teach humility. That's what the chapter starts out with. After the Sabbath incident here, we're talking about serving, and also not seeking any recompense in this world for your church basic service. And when you do service for the Lord, such as the poor and the church people, and you don't get anything for it, that's when you store up treasures in heaven. And that also is a testimony that you love the Lord your God. You have fulfilled the royal law, and you're obeying the gospel by doing these things. These particular behaviors in the church, which basically refer to you not getting a lot of compensation for what you do. He always goes back to the cross as the crux of everything, because that is a daily devotion to you being open to all of these behaviors. The behavior of remaining humble, the behavior of giving without accepting, knowing that you're going to be recompensed for it. Giving because you know you're pleasing Father. Giving because you're not going to the party, but you're going to some difficult task that might not be all that happy, and you don't focus on your wife, you don't focus on your job, you focus on church work, and you focus on pleasing the Lord. He didn't say you can't be married, but you don't focus on being married. Paul says in Corinthians, he was married as though he's not married. Point being, the church work comes first. Pleasing the Lord is top drawer. That's why I said you can't love mother, father more than me. You're disqualified. It means you're not disciplined. Discipline means that you love Jesus Christ first. That's what discipline means. It also is translated to enough and sufficient. Discipline, enough, sufficient, well done, overcomer. All these terms mean the same thing. That you were successful in your conversion and your post-conversion life. To this criteria here, which is broad, which usually centers around be very compassionate and forgiving, really going out of your way to help people, and having purity in your life in terms of you hungering and thirsting after righteousness, and of course being very, very humble and taking the lower table and seeking not to advance yourself or your personage, your persona, your image in the world. You're not Indy Jones. You're not seeking fortune and glory. You're seeking His glory, and the fortune you seek comes from you when you go to heaven. That's your fortune. The master is not changing his teaching at all. He's just talking about the same concept a little differently, because here we have seek no recompense again, and then we go to Matthew 6, where it clearly says, do not store up treasures on earth, but store up treasures where your heart is. Your heart is in heaven, so that's where you're storing up your returns. I don't want any returns. The only returns I want are returns related to love. Pressed down, shaken together. I'm getting thank yous from people who are being helped. That's my reward. Smiles are my reward. Because now I'm like God. I deal with people heart to heart. Not money to money at all. It doesn't mean we don't count money when we need money. That is not the point here. The point is that you are now born again, and your mindset is that I do things for love. But I don't negate the need for material. That's not the point. You're dominated by just giving, and if somebody gives you, doesn't recompense you, you're still very happy. Because that's what God does. He gives without recompense. He makes it to rain upon the just and the unjust. Right? I'm seeking the kingdom. I'm not seeking returns. I'm seeking the kingdom, which is I'm going to give love and get very little back in this earth. Because I want the kingdom. That's the point. You want the kingdom, therefore you learn how to be a lover. If you learn how to be a lover, you're going to get the kingdom. Because lovers don't count money like Scrooge. Give me this, give me that. I need 5% more. You better hurry up. I'm getting angry. That's the world. You're born again now. Okay? You're a new creature in Christ Jesus. I'm not Goliath who has to murder for money. I'm the opposite. I go around and love people and expect everything to be hunky-dory. Everything's going to be fine. Father knows what I need before I ask him. And so this is a wonderful mind to have, and it comes from God. You're a new creature in Christ Jesus, and you have a new master that you serve, and you know birds are well taken care of, and you know that when you give things, you're looking for heart-to-heart communication. That's what you live for now, because when you go to heaven, that's all there is. There's no money in heaven. Adam and Eve didn't have money. There's no money in heaven. There's no bills. You drink whatever you want when you want to drink it. The only thing in heaven is love. That's all there is, in peace. There's nothing else. Some people who don't like love, they don't want to go to heaven. That's why the devil left heaven. Because the devil left heaven because he doesn't want the love of God. He didn't like it. He's just not a lover. That's what he is. He's not a lover. Some people are not lovers. Some people don't want the truth. Some people don't want heart-to-heart communication. The only communication they want with you is to take advantage of you. Like a lot of these politicians I've been seeing on TV recently, they're obviously people who walk around and take advantage of people. That's what they do. They laugh. They laugh at you. They laugh in your face. They laugh at us, some of these new politicians. They're laughing in your face. They're using you. They're hurting you. And they're laughing right in your face like a clown. That's enough for now. We're going to go to chapter 17 or so later, 15. That's it for now. Jeremiah's going to sign off. I have more work for me later on today, but that's not your affair. Jeremiah, are you on fire? I would say that's a safe assumption. I'm going to shut down Maranatha. The Lord is coming soon. We love his appearing. That's all we talk about. Being with the Lord here all the time, over and over, every 5 seconds. We want to be with the Lord. What else is there? What's the matter with you, huh? We just want to be with the Lord. We have nothing else to talk about. Okay? Le tutte corde papa mia. Anyway, I'm thinking of Italian. Maranatha. Shalom.